What's up, DiaBEAST family? It's your boy Percy Robinson coming at you with another smash hit video. Now today we're going to do something special. I know I say on every episode we're going to do something special, but that's just how I talk. So get over it. I'm just playing. No, but today we are going to be making a vegan burrito. Now, again, you guys already know I'm from California and Mexican food is my jam. So this is my spin on a vegan burrito. Now, we're going to be doing, instead of the Spanish rice, we're going to be doing a Spanish quinoa. If you are new here, I want to be the first one to say, welcome to the DiaBEAST family. Even though this channel is for my diabetic brothers and sisters, this channel is also for the people who are on that health food journey. Now, before we start anything, I want you guys to make sure you follow me on all of my social medias. They should be displayed somewhere right here. And make sure you give my channel a like. Make sure you subscribe. It does help me in the algorithm get along. So make sure you support your boy. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I can go on and on talking. I am a talker. So we're gonna go ahead and get on to this show. So with all that being said, I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, and I'll see you on the other side. Holla at ya boy. Roll the intro. Okay, DiaBEAST family, welcome back to another edition of DiaBEAST Kitchen. And what we're doing right now is we have our king oyster mushrooms, and we are taking our fork and we are going to shred this king oyster mushroom. We want to make sure that the king oyster mushroom is evenly distributed, kind of like that. But sometimes when you're going through the process, you might get some pieces that are not so thin. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands and we're going to gently just move through it and make sure all the pieces aren't that thick, just like I'm doing right now. And all I'm doing is I'm just pulling some pieces apart to make sure that they're nice, thin, and even. So our next step is we're going to grab our taco seasoning. Now with this, you can grab whatever type of taco seasoning that you have at your local stores. I just got this generic brand from my local store. I'll put the link in below. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hand and just mix everything around, make sure everything is nicely infused, and put it in the refrigerator and go on to my next step. And that step is our Spanish quinoa. So what I did is I put 2 cups of quinoa in a container, and I am going to make a small slice with my yellow onion. This is all you're going to need for this process of making this rice. This is exactly the consistency that you are looking for. The measurement you're looking for is a thin onion. And then we're going to take our tomato sauce and then our tomato bouillon, which is very important. Now we're going to open up our Instapot. If you haven't already got one, I will leave the link in the below where you can get one. Now I'm going to set my setting to saute. I'm going to add my avocado oil. And then I'm going to add my onion. I'll make sure it's nice and hot. So I'm going to add my onion, make sure it is nice and sweating well before I add my quinoa. And then we're going to add the 2 cups of quinoa. And the purpose for this is we're going to make sure the quinoa gets a nice toast to it. So as it's in the Instapot getting nice and toasty, I'm going to do a tablespoon of tomato bouillon. And then I'm going to add 3.5 cups of water, warm water that is, and make sure all of it dissolves in the measuring cup. Once everything is all dissolved in the measuring cup, I'm going to add my tomato sauce first. We're gonna put the whole can in there because this is 2 cups of quinoa. So we're gonna do a whole can of tomato sauce. And I'm going to make sure the tomato sauce is nicely infusing with the quinoa so every grain is touched. Now, once every grain is touched, we are going to add our 3.5 cups of tomato bouillon water mix. We're going to mix that around. We're going to change our settings, take it off a saute, put it on to grain and rice, and then we're going to move it over to the quinoa setting. Press start and you're good to go. We're about to move on to our next step. That is our Pico de Gallo. So as you can see, we have our cilantro that's going into the bowl first. And then we're going to hit up the tomatoes. And then we're going to finish off with the onions. And then we're going to add a little bit of Himalayan salt. You all know how I feel about the Himalayan salt. So we're going to add a few pinches of the Himalayan salt. Now this part, you're going to need a lime. I didn't have any limes, so I just used a lemon. The lemon works just as well, but I just like the taste of the lime into my Pico de Gallo. And then we're going to squeeze the juice into the bowl. Now, folks, you could just stop right here, but this is my extra that I'm putting on, and this is a chili lime seasoning that I like to put on all of my Pico de Gallo dishes. It was something I found a couple months ago and maybe a year ago, but once I found it, I am hooked. So I'll leave the link in below where you can get the seasoning as well. So now the Spanish quinoa is done. So we are going to be responsible and make sure we vent our Instapot. We're going to open it up and voila, we are set. Quinoa is done. Look how beautiful and rich that color is, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, and the smell is amazing. You feel me? Look at that. Bam. Your boy did a good job and the Instapot did its job. So now we are going to take our king oyster mushrooms that we had it in the refrigerator chilling for a minute with the seasoning, and we're going to add it to our pan. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure that I am toasting this, cooking it really well before I add all of my goodness into this. So by doing this, I'm giving it a little bit of texture. So I'm adding it's a taco seasoning sauce. I will leave the link in below of where you can get it as well. And I am just mixing everything around, making sure all the flavors are nicely infused with this beautiful king oyster mushroom. And look at how beautiful that color is, ladies and gentlemen. This is our meat substitute. And I mean, there's so many things that you can do with this king oyster mushroom. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to have more recipes with the king oyster mushrooms, and I will make that happen for y'all. So once that is done, we are going to add it to our container just like that there. I'm going to scrape everything, the bottom, but you know, that's how it's supposed to look, ladies and gentlemen. And bam, we are done with our meat substitute. Rice is done, meat substitute is done, Pico de Gallo is done. And we are done, ladies and gentlemen. Look how beautiful this display looks. And I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for taking the time and watching my videos. And I really appreciate you guys. But I gotta go. Stay tuned for my final thought. Peace. Welcome back, DiaBEAST family. Welcome back, baby. Now, wasn't that video amazing? So, as you can see, this recipe is so easy and so good. I mean, you guys can use this as a meal prep option. You can put everything that you made in small little containers and put them in the fridge and save them throughout the whole week. You can make this as a family meal. I mean, there's so many possibilities with this recipe, and it's so cost efficient to make, and it's healthy for you. So let's go ahead and see what we got. Gotta raise this up. So look, bam, bam, bam. Look at how beautiful that plate is. Now, I'm not gonna eat this whole thing. This was just for display and, you know, all the fluff and all that other stuff that you guys may like or not. You already know what time it is. It is the taste test time. So let's go ahead and try this vegan burrito with the king mushrooms. I mean, who would have thought that you can turn mushrooms into, well, I mean, I would have thought. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have thought. So let's go ahead and do this taste test real quick. So let's start off with the quinoa, the Spanish quinoa. Yo, I am loving this. I'm loving the flavors. I mixed it in with the Pico de Gallo. Let me hit it with the black beans. So far, so good. Now, you might have to excuse me because this burrito is about to get super messy. I super stuffed this burrito, so please bear with me. All right, here we go. It's already falling apart. Yo, look at that. I mean, that is just all good. Oh, damn, I just dropped it on the counter. Yo. I'm gonna have to take another bite because that is the one right there. You guys, this dish is the one to make for this week. Whether it be your meal prep, whether it be for the family, this is the meal that you want to make. I'm telling you. But I don't want to waste any more of you guys' time. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for sitting down and watching my show, my video, my episode, however you want to call it. I want to thank you. And I'm gonna go ahead and smash on this food real quick. So I'm gonna end on this note. If you eat good, you live good, and you feel good. And don't forget to tune in, tell a friend, and subscribe. Holla at ya, boy. Peace.